Let's talk about the guy who basically invented the soundtrack for all the drama in our lives. Okay, seriously, think about it. You're watching a movie, or maybe you're in the middle of a huge video game boss battle. The music starts to swell up, and bam, you get goosebumps. You know that epic, heart-pounding feeling?
Well, you can thank this dude right here, Giacomo Puccini. He was the original master of creating these insane emotional soundtracks for the most dramatic stories you can imagine, way before movies even had sound.
So, Puccini was an absolute master of musical drama, and he dropped 3 massive hits that were like the 19th century version of a blockbuster movie. Let's break them down.
First up, all the way from 1896, we've got his international smash hit, La Bohème.
Now, what's so cool about this one is that it isn't about kings or ancient gods or any of that. It's about a bunch of broke young artists just trying to get by in Paris. We see their actual real-life struggles, we see them happy, and then we see them face some crushing heartbreak. And the music is famous for these amazing solos and duets that are so catchy, they'll be stuck in your head for days.
And that's really the heart of the whole story. You've got this beautiful love, right? But their situation is just tragic. And Puccini's music, man, it makes you feel every single high and every single low.
All right, let's jump to his next hit from the year 1900, Tosca. And this one is a total nail-biter.
So if La Bohème was a romance, Tosca is a straight-up, high-stakes political thriller. We're in Rome, and the whole vibe is just intense love, crazy jealousy, and constant danger. Musically, Puccini just goes for it, creating this powerful sound that builds up so much tension, you're literally on the edge of your seat.
The main character, she's a famous singer who gets caught up in all these political games. And get this, she would do anything for the guy she loves, but the cost is everything. It's super intense. And for his third mega hit, from 1904, Puccini takes us all the way across the world for the totally heartbreaking Madama Butterfly.
This is a tragic romance that crosses cultures, set in Japan. It's about a young Japanese woman who falls for an American naval officer. The feels are a total roller coaster. We're talking heartbreak, betrayal, but also this unshakable hope. Puccini even studied Japanese music to make it feel authentic, and the score is famous for its emotional songs where characters just pour their hearts out, expressing this deep, painful longing.
And the whole story is just devastating because of this one idea. Her hope that he'll come back is just as beautiful as it is heartbreaking. And the music, wow, it just carries you through all of it.
Okay, so we know what his big hits were, but how did he actually do it? Like, how did he make his music so crazy powerful? It's time to unlock his secret code.
A huge piece of the puzzle was this style called verismo. It basically means focusing on the real, messy lives of everyday people. No magic, no mythical heroes. You can kind of think of it as the reality TV of its day. It was all about raw, realistic human emotion.
The second secret, it was all about the melody. Puccini was a genius at writing these tunes you just couldn't forget. His goal was to hit you right in the feels, creating these powerful melodies that carried the whole story.
And yeah, he totally had a method. It was almost like a formula for making a hit. Step 1, find a super dramatic story. Step 2, team up with a great writer. In opera, they're called a librettist. Step 3, he and his writer would revise the script and the music again and again and again until everything was absolutely perfect. And finally, he used the full orchestra not just as backup music, but to crank the emotion all the way up to 11, telling you exactly what the characters were feeling.
So, all of this was happening over 100 years ago. Why are we still talking about it? Let's get into Puccini's legacy and why his music still totally rules today. Let's just look at his career real quick. Born in Italy in 1858, he came from a whole family of musicians, but he really exploded onto the world stage in 1896 with La Bohème. Then, just a few years later, he followed it up with the thriller Tosca in 1900 and the heartbreaking Madama Butterfly in 1904. By the time he died in 1924, he had left behind this legacy of music that is still just epic. And that legacy is no joke. For over 100 years, his operas have been performed constantly on stages all over the world. They're just as popular now as they were when they first came out. But his influence goes way, way beyond the opera house. It's everywhere. You hear it in those movie scores that make you cry. You hear it in the awesome video game soundtracks during a final boss battle. You even hear it in Broadway musicals with those huge, powerful songs.
He pretty much wrote the playbook for composers on how to use music to tell a story and make an audience feel something.
Okay, so let's wrap this all up with the final note. The one big thing you should take away from all this.
If you remember just one thing, let it be this. Puccini was a master storyteller who used music to make you feel the story. It wasn't just about pretty sounds. It was about drama, raw emotion, and connecting with real people.
Which really makes you think, if Puccini created the soundtracks for these huge, dramatic stories, what music is the soundtrack to your story?